welcome to Hive Virtual Edition. My name is Lori. Today we're going to continue on our holiday theme, and I have a couple of more cards that we're going to make. Last session we made simple cards that you would likely have the materials at your home. Today we're going to make a little more complicated cards that are absolutely beautiful. You may have to go to your local dollar store or craft store for materials. The cards we're going to make today are simple yet very, very attractive, and I would be proud to send these to friends and family. I'll show you how we add our phrases and design the inside, but this is what the outside will look like. I'm going to start with this card today, and it's made using embossing powder. This is available at craft stores and comes in a range of colors. To do these on black paper as it really shows, but it can be done on white very effectively as well. We'll try a couple of different options today. I'm going to use black cardstock. You don't have to have a paper cutter at home. You know that scissors will do just as good a job, just takes a little more time and effort. The beauty of these videos is that I make a lot of the mistakes for you so that you won't make them. And I'll share with you the first problem I had. I did go to a craft store and buy this kit that is a glue pad with a refill, and it didn't work effectively. So what I'm doing now, after a little bit of trial and error, is using the glue pad, but applying my own clear craft glue. So I'm going to lay my stencil onto my black paper, use regular craft glue, and saturate this sponge pad. You could use any kind of sponge to do the same thing. I'm now going to pat on my stencil, careful not to get off the edge of the stencil, but into every nook and cranny on it. I'm really applying the glue very generously. Get my embossing powder out and a nice fluffy brush. And I'm simply going to dip it in the embossing powder and dab onto my stencil. And here we have a beautiful design. Going to shake it off a bit, and in order to secure this to the paper, I'm simply going to spray it with hairspray. After you've used your glue pad, you'll have to go and rinse it out really well so that you can use it again on another project. These two cards then present rather differently. You can choose which way to do it. Here's the same card made on white paper. powders come in a large range of colors so that you can see how you could be quite creative using different colors of cardboard and powder.
Here's a different stencil I'm going to try. I'm going to tape this one onto the cardstock. And then I am using white glue. Rose gold embossing powder. Here's the finished card. The white glue will dry clear. And here's a different stencil and different embossing powder as well. This time I'm using much less glue because I don't want much coverage. And another embossing powder card. After the first color of powder, I'm adding more glue so that I can add a different powder color to the same project.
The next card we're going to make is this one. And it's done with ink pads and a set of stamps from the local craft store. There is a huge range of stamps you can purchase for use. I've chosen this one. There's so much out there if you're interested in pursuing stamping. So you need a really wet stamp pad in order to do this. But the way I feel like I made this a little bit more unique is by using 2 different colors on the same stamp. So I'm going to dip into my red ink pad here. And I'll lift it up, put a little more color on it. I just want it to be very random. And then I'm going to push harder on the green ink pad because I want this to be the predominant color. Now after doing this, I'm going to use my tweezers to remove it. Well, I'll use my fingers to remove it and tweezers to place it on the card because I don't want to move it once I lay it onto my card. So I'm going to place it carefully and then push hard with my fingers. This is washable ink, but I will use my tweezers again to remove it so that I don't shift anything and pull it away. Each design is different than the one before. If I had additional ink stamps, I would try other colors as well. But I'm good with these 2 for now. This is a silicone stamp. I have a variety of different things. I'm just going to go with the Christmas trees, and I'm going to do this one the same. Red first, and then more of the green. I am getting my green ink pad colored with red ink, but they really are not very expensive, surprisingly. And I'm going to pull that off. And once again, I'm going to put it down using my tweezers so that I can be really accurate with the placement. Push hard. Remove with the tweezers as well so that I'm not shifting anything. And there. Now, once again, we can place sayings, and I will do so to show you how the finished card looks. And here's the card with the phrase on it.
Here is a different type of stamping card using a stencil and smaller ink pads. I'm going to use several different colors to stamp this card, and I also don't want to use too much ink as I want it to look like it's stamped and not painted. I just used a Sharpie marker to draw on the hangers for the ornaments. Here are all the cards we've made during this session of Art Hive.